Alright, this is Administrator. I'm just doing a retake on my Cloudflare free VPN service video. Now, mainly because it seemed like there was a bit of confusion, mainly about how I went about it. So I'm just going to be going over it real quick. And hopefully the video goes a little bit smoother for you guys and makes a bit more sense. So this is going to be about like I said, Cloudflare WARP. It's a free VPN service. So if you are paying for a VPN service, you shouldn't. Stop paying subscription fees for stuff. It's a terrible business model, and for things like this, it should be free. Just go to cloudflarewarp.com. Link will be in the description. Once you're here, you're going to hit download for Windows. As you can see, it downloads. You're just going to hit save as. Hit save. You're going to have that file. I guess download the one that's compatible for your system. I downloaded it to downloads. As we can see, Cloudflare WARP release. You're just going to double click it, hit next, and then hit install. It's going to start installing the software. Once it finishes installing, yes, I want to cancel. I've already installed it. So instead of this saying interrupted, it'll say it completed. Hit finished. Close out of here. You can close out of here as well. And in the bottom right, you're going to have your Cloudflare WARP icon. Standard terms of service. You decide whether or not you agree to that. It'll say it's register and securing your connection. And disconnected, that your internet is not private. Now, it's not necessarily done. Make sure you go in here. Go here. Change it from 1.1.1.1 to 1.1.1.1 with WARP. Select that. Go ahead and double check preferences. Just make sure there's nothing weird in here. Connection. Basically, you don't want anything in here. So if there is something in there, take it out. Just click on it, hit the minus, deselect anything here. Check here. Yeah, that's all good. Connectivity. As we can see, we're currently not connected, but that's fine. And good, there's nothing here that we need to worry about. Go ahead. Click on the icon again. Turn it on. And there we go. And that's going to change your IP address. So with Cloudflare WARP activated, as we can see, the internet is private. We can just search, what is my IP? Here we go, 104.28.255.209. Now if we, for example, turned it off, internet is not private. So what is my IP again? And then bam, 72.24.72.152. Now Cloudflare doesn't market this as a VPN software, and technically it's whatever in regards to that. How VPN software behave, it's identical in that regards to that. So yeah, whatever you're doing on the internet, say you're pirating the Game of Thrones or something, this will at the very least prevent your ISP, your internet service provider, from sending you cease and desist letters about you downloading content from the internet, if you will. Now, I wouldn't consider this software to be private in any way. Now, you're basically just changing who owns all your data, as it is with any VPN service. So if you're using like private internet access or anything like that, the only thing that you're changing is, instead of your internet service provider having all your data, they have your data. So Cloudflare, if you get this software, they will have your data. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't have a lot to complain in regards to it. Let me go ahead and do that. Cloudflare also does have a ton of other great services and such. Feel free to take a look at whatever stuff they offer from there. And now, if you're trying to do this on Windows Server, there is something to be aware of. The video basically ended a minute ago, by the way. If you're on a standard Windows user, you can just click off. If you're using Windows Server, though, it is not going to work unless you make sure you have a specific service installed. And what that's going to be is the wireless LAN service. I have no idea why this is, even though I'm connected via Ethernet cable. The Cloudflare WARP application requires wireless LAN service to be set up and running on your server. A home user, if you're just running a basic home application like Windows 10 Home or whatever, you don't have to worry about it. That service is installed by default, and you can ignore this part. But there you go. Make sure you have, if you're on a server, make sure you do that. Restart your computer once you add it in Server Manager. Go to Services. Scroll down to WLAN Auto Config. Start that service. And you should be good to go. Correct. Yeah, so once you do that, go to Wireless LAN. Scroll up. You're going to find Cloudflare WARP. Start that service as well. Just right click, hit start. And then once you start that service, go back in here, go to Cloudflare WARP, and you should be able to get it connected. If you still have issues, do one more restart, and then you should be good to go. You shouldn't have any kind of issues. Now, if anyone does run into any issues or questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. There will also be a link inside the description. Maybe I'll pin a comment. I don't know. You guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.